Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Joseph Buman and I'm a descendant of the Yagara people of this area. Most of you know my father, Shannon Ruska, well-known spokesperson and songman here in Brisbane. The Yagara tribe is one of the local tribes that occupies this area, stretching from the mouth of the Brisbane River, south to the Logan River and out to the Great Dividing Range, the foothills of Warwick Toowoomba, and as far north as the Caboolture River. I'm here this evening to give you what is called a welcome to country. So you got the welcome to country speech, you also got the acknowledgement to country, and a lot of people do mix them up wherever you go to different events. So an acknowledgement to country can be done by anyone, so any of you can get up here and do an acknowledgement to country, and an acknowledgement is just paying respects to the traditional owners from that land, paying respects to their elders, and also paying respects to their ancestors from the area too. And a welcome to country is what I'm here doing, and it's done by a traditional owner. And a welcome to country isn't something that was recorded down on paper by any of our elders back in the day. It isn't something that was made over 10, 20 years ago. And it isn't something that events organisers, or just anyone I've just planned, and just organise overnight. It is something that has been around for over 60,000 years, passed down from generation to generation, and is a formal way of welcoming everyone into our tribal areas nowadays. And is also known as one of the oldest living customs in the world known to mankind. Along with the welcome to country speech is also the Chumal ceremony, which is a smoking ceremony. And this is a special ceremony that you see a lot of the Aboriginal tribes around Australia do. And this Chumal ceremony, the smoking ceremony, is a cleansing away all the bad spirits from the area, bringing in all the good spirits from the area. But it's also a blessing everyone into our tribal areas, and blessing everyone with a safe journey through our tribal areas. And it's a time for us as traditional owners to call out to our ancestors to help welcome everyone through that smoke. Along with the welcome to country speech and the Chumal ceremony was also the passing over the message stick. And the message stick is one in the Yagara language called Yalwa Buna. And this Yalwa Buna was a piece of wood used similar to a passport back in the day. So you know that you need that passport to get through them customs to get overseas, to get on that plane. Used similar to that back in the day. Every tribal group needed this Yalwa Buna, this message stick, this passport. And that Yalwa Buna would have different markings or carvings on it to depict the reason why another tribal group wanted to come into our area. For example, there are over 350 different tribal groups throughout Australia. Each of these tribal groups having their own tradition, own custom, their own law, L-O-R-E law, and also their own language. And that's where a lot of our tribal groups had one special person in our tribe back in the day, and that one special person was a messenger man. And one of the main messenger men and one of the last messenger men for the Yagara people was actually one of my grandfathers. His name was Mookin, or his English name was Charlie Morden. Mookin meaning messenger man. So Mookin, he was a man that could speak up to 10 to 15 different dialects. So he's a man that could communicate with all the neighbouring tribes throughout southeast Queensland. And he's a man that could communicate with their messenger man too, because their messenger man would speak many different languages too. So, for example, if we were to head to the Logan River, everyone knows where that Logan River is, heading towards the Gold Coast. If we were to head to that river and cross over it, it'd be governed by a whole other tribal group, again, which would be the Yugambeh tribe. And the Yugambeh tribe would have their own tradition, own custom, their own law, and their own language. And that's where Mookin come in handy. He is able to communicate with them there at the border. So a lot of our tribal areas are bordered off by mountains and rivers. So as I said before, if our country goes all the way to the Logan River, and we'll actually share that border there with the Yugambeh mob. But for one of us to cross over that river, we'd have to meet that person there with the message stick, read that message on the message stick, and it was up to Mookin and the tribal group then to either grant that one person or that tribal group permission to walk through our country, depending on what the reason was, or call on to the rest of the tribe to come through and spear that person they're dead on the spot. Very serious back then. That's why we're glad they invented mobile phones these days. There are three main tribes that occupy this area, the Yagara, Jagara, and Turrbal tribes. Just on behalf of those three tribes, I'd like to welcome everyone here today by saying, Yira Yira Nambali, Yanara Ganariba Jara, Nanya Birili, Nanya Bayami Jara. Means you all welcome here today, and may God and all of our ancestors guide us here in peace. Thank you, and welcome to beautiful Yagara country, everyone.
Thank you, Joseph, for that welcome to First Nations land, particularly during Reconciliation Week. Well, I'm Kay McGrath, and it is a pleasure to be back with you here in Meanjin, Brisbane, for the 2026 Local Government Awards for Excellence. Before we progress, a tiny bit of housekeeping. In the event, the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the directions of library staff, keep calm, carry on, trust the process. We have a lovely, enthusiastic, very warm sounding and looking live audience here in the auditorium at the State Library. And we also are joined by many others online from as far north, I believe, as the Torres Strait. So welcome one and all. Any one of you feeling a little bit like me after last night's events at the State of Origin? Well, tonight we are celebrating different types of high-performing teams. They don't have to turn up for just 3 games. They have to turn up 365 days a year, handle all sorts of challenges, rarely forgiven for handling errors, and can't blame the ref when it suits. To officially get us underway this afternoon, a self-described mediocre AFL player with an unhealthy obsession with US politics. Would you please welcome to the microphone the LGMA President, Daniel Fletcher.
Thank you, Kay. Good afternoon, local government colleagues. As President of LGMA, it is a real pleasure to welcome you to our 2026 LGMA Awards for Excellence. This is one of my favourite events on the calendar, partly because of the people in the room, partly because of the incredible stories that we get to celebrate and learn about tonight, and if I'm honest, partly because it's one of the few times we get to dress up and remind ourselves that, in fact, we do have other things than council polos. This evening gives us a chance to step back from the day-to-day for a couple of hours, to ignore the emails, hopefully, to forget about the meetings that are generally about meetings, and just a quick one conversation that never is actually that quick, and really acknowledge the impact of the work that happens across local government. And what a year it's been, with more than 120 nominations submitted. It's clear that the bar just keeps getting higher every year, although I suspect judging them may have been slightly less enjoyable than submitting them, so thank you to our judging team. Behind every nomination is a team, a challenge, and a community that's better off because of the work that you do. That's something worth celebrating. Local government is often described as the level of government closest to the people, and everybody here in this room knows that deeply. It's the early mornings, it's the late nights, solving problems on the fly, and occasionally being expected to fix things that nobody else quite can or wants to. The impact you have is real, it's immediate, and it lasts, and today is about shining a light on that. To our finalists, congratulations. Being recognised here is no small achievement. You represent the very best of our sector, not just in what you deliver, but in how you do it, with leadership, integrity, and a genuine commitment to your communities. I'd also like to acknowledge everybody in the room, our members especially, and if you're not a member, see the team afterwards, they'll sort that out for you. Our corporate partners who support the event, all of our colleagues and special guests. Your ongoing contribution plays a huge role to the strength and the future of local government across Queensland, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Most importantly, I hope you enjoy this event. Take the time to connect, share some stories, and celebrate the wins, big and small. Because in a sector where we often move quickly onto the next challenge, it's worth pausing to recognise just how much is being achieved. And if nothing else, enjoy having a conversation tonight that doesn't start with, "Have you just got 2 minutes?" Thank you again for being here, and welcome to the 2026 LGMA Awards for Excellence.
Thank you, Daniel. Innovation, leadership, collaboration, dedication. We're going to learn a lot more about that this afternoon with 8 awards for excellence categories. And then, of course, we'll announce the runners-up and the winner of the Queensland Australasian Management Challenge. That's always a favourite. Now, you can follow along, particularly if you're online or in the room, with the awards magazine. All the details of the nominations are in here, and I hope you've all got a copy. While we're celebrating the great work that's being done by local governments right across Queensland, this is also obviously an opportunity to share knowledge between councils. So that magazine is a really valuable resource if there's an initiative that takes your imagination and you want to learn more. I urge you to hold on to that. And now, look, I say this every year, and that's because it's true. The judges have had a difficult task sifting through all of those nominations to choose a project or a council that's made the best use of what they have available in order to deliver in the category. Sadly, a lot of great projects won't get a mention this afternoon. Don't be offended. It gives you an idea of the quality and the breadth of the nominations. But whether mentioned or not, the fact that a project warranted a nomination shows how valuable it was to council and valuable to the community. So please thank this year's judges, Brett DeChastel, Mark Crawley, Alice Shering, Diana Lolato, Brendan Nerdell and Julie Kavanagh. A round of applause for our hardworking judges. Never an easy task. Now, on to their decisions. As in previous years, when the winner is announced, can I invite you to rush carefully, elegantly, to the stage where you'll receive your trophy. Now, please note that all award winners and corporate partners will be invited to stay back at the end of the proceedings for a formal group photo opportunity. Now, Lucas may pap you when you do receive your trophy, so don't be surprised. Okay, let's begin with our first award, Excellence in Innovation. In local government, innovation often means doing more, doing it better, and preferably without increasing rates. The award celebrates forward-thinking initiatives that are transforming local government and delivering meaningful outcomes for communities. It focuses on solutions that improve services, strengthen community engagement, and hopefully drive positive change. As you'll see from this year's finalists, councils are doing some pretty amazing things to improve public outcomes. The first finalist is Burdekin Shire Council for Burdekin Macroalgal Facility. The council is leading the way in sustainable wastewater treatment through the delivery of their facility developed in partnership with Regen Aqua. It uses naturally occurring macroalgae to remove nutrients from wastewater. And now that protects, as you would imagine, local waterways, and it reduces pollutants flowing toward the Great Barrier Reef. By relying on sunlight and low energy processes rather than chemicals, the system provides a smarter, more sustainable alternative to traditional treatment methods. This project demonstrates how regional communities can adopt cutting-edge solutions that protect the environment, support local jobs, and deliver long-term value for ratepayers at significantly lower cost. Next, Cairns Regional Council. Woohoo! Hello, Cairns. Welcome. Cemetery safety, grave safety. This grave safety initiative has transformed how excavations are managed across cemeteries. That means delivering safer, more efficient outcomes for staff, contractors, funeral directors, mourners, and the wider community. By designing and manufacturing an in-house custom grave shoring sleeve, councils eliminated the risk of grave collapse, removed the need for staff to enter excavation zones, and reduced manual handling. The system is quick to install, under 5 minutes, I'm told, and ensures every grave is secure, it's professional, and safe at all times. The results speak for themselves: improved safety for everybody involved, increased productivity and workflow efficiency, and 20% reduction in contractor and overtime costs. Our third finalist, Brisbane City Council. Surely we have some Brisbane people in the yeah. Don't want to be outshone by Cairns. Customer identity and access management. This is transforming the way residents, visitors and businesses connect with council online through a secure, modern and scalable identity platform, creating a new dedicated customer services portfolio. An example. Council's online accounts for customers. It brings together email, social identities such as Google and Apple, and the Australian government's My ID into a single, secure sign-in solution. It's a simplified and consistent sign-in process being rolled out across Council's digital touchpoints, making it easier for customers to access information and services. Hear, hear. Next, we move to the beautiful Sunshine Coast. Woo! It's raining up there at the moment. Never mind. It's raining everywhere. Their entry is the Invest Sunshine Coast Assistance Program for the Sunshine Coast Industrial Park Stage 2. Now, it's an innovative approach to driving economic growth in one of the region's most important employment areas. Developed in partnership with state government agencies and stakeholders, the program provides a simple, coordinated pathway for businesses wanting to establish themselves in this precinct. The initiative focuses on advanced manufacturing, logistics and other job-creating industries. Sunshine Coast Industrial Park Stage 2 is strategically located with the potential to deliver significant jobs and economic benefits to the region. Well done, Sunshine Coast. Our fifth finalist, Logan City Council. Woo! Go Logan. Joseph is from Logan. 5 years in the making, and in collaboration with Queensland University of Technology, Council has pioneered a solution to support safer and smarter post-flood road reopening decisions. During these 5 years, they've gathered data, analysed and modelled it. The approach uses embedded sensors and machine learning to predict when a road is strong enough to carry traffic again. Closing a road during a flood, you would think, is relatively straightforward, but deciding when it can safely reopen has traditionally relied on subjective judgment, slow testing processes, and limited evidence. So this tool helps reduce unnecessary closures, prevents costly pavement damage, and supports faster community recovery after flood events. The closing finalist in the innovation category is the City of Gold Coast. Woo! Go the Goldie. Recreational Water Quality Platform and Management Plan. These are such sexy titles, aren't they? Stick with me. If you feel like a dip, this online platform will help you make safer choices about where and when to swim. The platform displays water quality predictions. They're based on analysis of data, recent rainfall, and any other reported pollution that might affect the water that you're thinking about taking a dip in. The platform shows 25 swimming locations, and it includes real-time water quality predictions updated every 4 hours, the latest water quality results with data for the last 12 months, shown with a star rating, and site alerts and closures, which can be activated if there's a pollution incident or any site maintenance is underway. So the city's also endorsed its first recreational water quality management plan, which will expand the current program over the next 5 years. So congratulations to all our first finalists, all very worthy projects, and I know the judges debated this one at length. Please welcome to the stage Michael Ceruto of King & Company Solicitors to do the honours. Hello, Michael. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Kay, for the warm introduction, and good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of King & Company Solicitors once again at the awards. My colleague Cody, who's an associate in our team, has joined me, and we're really pleased to be here once again to celebrate with you all. I've had the privilege of attending the awards over quite a few years now, and what strikes me about each program that I see is that it's not just a glossy collection of projects, it's a real tangible set of impacts on your local communities, and for that reason the nominees should be incredibly proud of their efforts. King & Company has existed to serve local government for over 130 years. We're based at North Quay, which is just across the river, but our clients are right throughout Queensland. My colleagues are attending the Bush Councils Convention in Longreach this week, and that is a testament to our commitment also to Bush Councils, and I'm told that last night's function at that conference wasn't completely destroyed by the Blues victory. Our team at King & Company consists of a number of practice groups to service the needs of local government. That includes planning and environment, which Cody and I are a part of, commercial law, insurance and public liability, and general local government practice, which Cody and I are also a part of. On a day-to-day basis, we help councils with legal problems and challenges, but at the same time, we get an insight into the strategic, resilient and innovative things that councils are doing to help their communities. And I think tonight is a worthwhile celebration of all that. So I won't keep the nominees in any more suspense. The winner for excellence in innovation is Burdekin Macrological Facility.
And here is the winner making his way elegantly to receive a trophy and a handshake from Michael.
Congratulations.
Wonderful. Oh, you're getting lots of bits and pieces there to take back.
I know, right?
Congratulations.
I know. Always being a big fan, Kay.
Oh, well, in that case, you can have the microphone. Normally, we don't give them access to the microphone, but what, may I ask your name?
Julian.
Julian. Welcome, Julian.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much to LGMA. This is an honour for our council. On behalf of Burdekin Council, we're proud to accept this award for excellence for our macroalgae facility. The project showcases regional councils can achieve through strong collaboration, delivered in partnership with Pacific Biotechnologies, and more importantly, James Cook University locally, who probably are the background player in our success. Together, we're turning innovation into practical outcomes, improving sustainability and creating lasting benefits for our community and our reef. Thanks so much.
Congratulations, Julian. I'm sure they'll be very happy to see that award back in the council offices in North Queensland. No shortage of water up there. A great initiative, thank you, and thank you to Michael and King & Company Solicitors for once again supporting this award, but so much of what LGMA does for its members, including conferences, webinars, and executive management program. The next category, community shaping. Now, this explores the idea that governments shouldn't simply be echo chambers for existing community views, rather that they have an opportunity and perhaps may even have an obligation to use their knowledge and skills to help shape views and promote community well-being, sustainability and cohesion. Our first finalist in this category is Mackay Riverfront Action Plan. Oh, hello, Mackay. Mackay's riverfront has undergone, I'm told, a remarkable transformation. Is that correct? Yes. It's been revitalised into a cleaner, safer and more welcoming space. It was previously affected, unfortunately, by vandalism, antisocial behaviour and declining use. Well, now it's a vibrant destination for the community and events. The transformation focused on restoring public spaces, supporting vulnerable people and encouraging positive community use. Working alongside police, health and housing services, many people experiencing homelessness were linked to accommodation and support, and antisocial behaviour has significantly reduced. The return of regular activities such as food vans, coffee mornings, yoga, a few downward dogs at the markets, live music, is bringing everybody back to the waterfront, which is great, and boosting local businesses in the process. Community response has been overwhelmingly positive, with locals once again choosing their riverfront as a place to relax, exercise and connect. Let's move into our next finalist, the Turbine Tentacles campaign with Whitsunday Regional Council. Somebody's clapping for Whitsunday. You're being nice. Good woman. Thank you. Welcome to the Whitsunday Regional Council. Here, Council is helping shape a more prepared and confident community through its innovative Turbine Tentacles Raising Resilient Kids campaign. Developed following Tropical Cyclone Debbie, which I can tell you I covered, and that was extraordinary. It uses a friendly and recognisable mascot, Turbine Tentacles, to deliver age-appropriate disaster preparedness education. And that's done through schools, through libraries and community events. Over the past 9 years, the program has reached thousands of children and families, building awareness of the local risks in their area, evacuation processes, and where to access trusted emergency information. Importantly, the campaign encourages kids to take that home, what they've learned, what they've been taught, and prompt, hopefully, conversations around the dinner table, helping families become better prepared for future events. So well done to the Turbine Tentacles. The third finalist is Together We Recover, Building Community Resilience, Mareeba Shire Council. Welcome, Mareeba. As we know, and there's a theme developing here, disasters can happen anywhere at any time, and the Mareeba Shire community know this probably better than many. Stories of Jasper is a video series sharing the real experiences of local residents who were affected by TC Jasper. That happened back in December 2023, and the severe flooding that followed. It features accounts from residents and it highlights the immediate impacts of the disaster, but also the strength, resilience and recovery that importantly followed. Residents reflect on how they coped, what they learned and why being prepared matters so much. The series brings disaster preparedness to life, helping the community better understand the risks and encouraging households to do it, take those practical steps to be ready for future events. Our last finalist, Redlands City Council. Woo! Welcome. Towards long-term behaviour change in waste and recycling. In 2025, Council combined a powerful local waste story with the Queensland government-funded Let's Get It Sorted program. The spotlight is on waste, as you would imagine, and the recycling truck drivers, sharing what happens to waste after it leaves our curb and why reducing waste matters and the impact of sending materials to landfill. Making the waste journey visible helped connect everyday bin choices to environmental, community and cost outcomes. Program results include a 6% reduction in recycling contamination. I feel so guilty when I do that. 7% more households achieving zero contamination and nearly 2% reduction in recyclables sent to landfill. So well done to Council, Redlands City Council on that initiative. Now, please welcome to the stage Sue Monk. There's Sue. Sue Monk from Articulus, proudly supporting the Community Shaping Award. Welcome, Sue.
Great, thanks very much, Kay, and hi everyone. We're really excited to be here tonight. My colleague Alice Shering, who's one of the judges, is up the back there. But we can see there's a number of our clients that we've worked with over the many years or are currently working with. So it's great to see so many faces in the audience. But also we sat down just a few months ago and figured out exactly how many councils we've actually worked with in Queensland, and we've engaged every council in Queensland, but we've actually delivered engagement or comms or training in about 3/4 of the councils around, or there's 77 different councils. And that's we love working with councils because it's, especially for this award, in terms of shaping community, that's what we basically love. So we do a lot of behaviour change, community engagement, all those kind of things, and it's a joy to work with council in terms of that grassroots on the ground connection that you guys have with the community. So it's really exciting to actually be here tonight to announce this award. Without further ado, I'll announce the winner. So the winner for the Excellence in Community Shaping is Together We Recover, Building Community Resilience, Mariba.
Here he comes all the way from Mariba to accept the trophy and award. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Articulus, for supporting the award. Congratulations to Mariba. And it just shows also the power of storytelling. I love good storytelling, a great initiative. And Jasper peaked at a Category 5, weakened to around 2 when it crossed the far north Queensland coast back in 2023. Moving on to excellence in collaboration, which I'm sure everybody knows can be a bit tricky to achieve, especially if you're working on a complex project with multiple parties, both internal and external to council. The councils in this category have all overcome barriers to successfully collaborate and get on with those external stakeholders. The first finalist is Toowoomba Regional Council for 2022 Flood Recovery Program. Congratulations, Toowoomba. Following the devastating flood events in 21 and 22, Toowoomba Council delivered one of its largest ever programs, $300 million worth of works across more than 7,000 sites, spanning over 13,000 square kilometres and impacting over 23,000 stakeholders. 8 partners from leadership through to field crews came together and they worked as one team, breaking down traditional silos, doesn't that sound good, to prioritise community outcomes while delivering quality repairs. There was a project management model which brought together 43 specialists from 5 local consultancies. That's a lot. That was under council leadership and ensured that the right expertise was available at precisely the right time. Well done, Toowoomba. Our second finalist, Scenic Rim Regional Council. Yes. For Eat Local movement. Now, this is a food tourism initiative that sees collaboration between council, regional food tourism operators and local communities. Their aim? To showcase the region as Queensland's most authentic food tourism destination. The first Scenic Rim Eat Local Week, a program of 10 events, was launched by council and the community, and they wanted to encourage people to come buy seasonal produce, and then they stepped it up following the floods, and they wanted people to come and really support the region's agricultural and tourism sectors who are doing it a bit tough. The Eat Local movement is a testament to the vision and the dedication of many producers, farmers, brewers, distillers, winemakers, restaurants and cafes. Our third finalist, Logan City Council, Redland City Council and Ipswich City Council. 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 Ipswich This is for the Greenovate Materials Recovery Facility. Now, these councils are joining forces to deliver a state-of-the-art materials recovery facility. It's located at Browns Plains. It's jointly owned by Logan, Ipswich and Redland City Councils, and it's delivered through the Sub-Regional Waste Alliance. By working together, these councils have pooled resources, they've pooled expertise and investment to deliver regional recycling infrastructure that no single council could deliver on their own. So this project will provide long-term service certainty, it'll create more local jobs, reduce reliance on monopoly providers and support a stronger circular economy for the region. Well done there with that collaboration. The next finalist is Douglas Shire Council. Very polite clapping. Locally led, community powered is the name of the project. Tropical Cyclone Jasper stars again here, with the Douglas Shire Council taking a community-driven approach to disaster recovery. This has been a major shift in how recovery is coordinated across that region. The model was shaped through extensive collaboration with community groups, service providers, agencies, and local Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people, ensuring recovery decisions reflect lived experiences and, importantly, local knowledge. Central to the plan is the Douglas Recovery Resilience Group and 6 functional recovery resilience subgroups. Now, they bring together community voices, cultural insight and sector expertise. And that's strengthened communication, it's improved coordination and it's guided recovery and, importantly, resilience planning. Also making the finalist list this year, Sunshine Coast Council again with their SEQ Flying Fox Regional Guideline. A landmark collaboration between 12 South East Queensland councils is delivering better, more consistent outcomes for communities and flying foxes across the region. These cute little creatures play a vital role in maintaining healthy forests, but their presence in urban areas can also create challenges for communities. Led by Sunshine Coast Council, the South East Queensland Flying Fox Management Regional Guideline provides a shared evidence-based approach to managing flying foxes across council boundaries. The guideline supports councils to respond to a complex regional challenge with clarity, with cooperation and long-term thinking. The last finalist in this category is the Bundaberg Jobs Commitment. Welcome, Bundaberg Regional Council. Now, this project is transforming how the region supports young people in building their careers. It's an employer-led initiative, bringing together the council, local industry, schools and community services, and creating real opportunities for youth engagement and employment readiness. Schools, employers and support services have worked side by side with council to deliver a model that's inclusive, it's sustainable, and now it's a pillar of council's first economic development strategy. Through a flexible framework, expose, experience, immerse, launch. Students gain industry insights, they get some hands-on experience and they get mentoring, which hopefully prepares them for life after school. Let's welcome Christy now from the Department of Local Government, Water and Volunteers to announce our winner. Welcome, Christy.
Hi everyone. I'm really pleased to be here this afternoon representing the department and our Director General, who's also at the Bush Council's convention. Firstly, congratulations to all of the nominees. It never ceases to amaze me the amazing work that happens within our councils all across Queensland. Local governments are the backbones of our communities, and your contributions make tangible difference to your local communities, demonstrating the power of leadership, collaboration and a commitment to delivering positive outcomes for Queenslanders. Your efforts deserve to be celebrated. You're delivering essential services, managing competing priorities, and supporting regional and remote communities, often in challenging circumstances. Because of this, a key focus for the department has been ensuring the legislative framework supports you all to do your job. The Empowering Councils reforms are a key step in that work, and these amendments aim to reduce unnecessary red tape to give you and your councils the practical flexibility needed to operate more efficiently and effectively. Importantly, they also recognise how local governments operate in regional communities. The reform work continues and will be shaped through ongoing engagement with you. Please talk to the department about practical steps we can take to improve this work, and I am joined here tonight by my colleague, Sian Roberts, so feel free to come and have a chat with us. We'll continue to support you and your staff to deliver positive outcomes for Queenslanders. Thank you for your partnership and the role you play in advocating for your communities. Together we are building a stronger future for Queensland. Without any further ado, the winner for excellence in collaboration is Eat Local Movement Scenic Rim Regional Council.
Fabulous. Nothing nicer than a drive to the Scenic Rim to get some fresh local produce. Congratulations.
Long time no see you. There you go. Congratulations.
All good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just on behalf of the executive team, we're stoked. This is really good value. Thank you for all the people that nominated and everyone who participated, but this will really be important to a lot of people.
Yeah, you might have to pass that around between the brewers and the cafes and the restaurants and the...
We can do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well done. And thank you to Christy and the Department of Local Government for supporting that important collaboration award. Our next category is Excellence in Resourcefulness. Excuse me. This is open to smaller councils, and it recognises the challenges that they face delivering projects on limited budgets. Nominees have shown great resourcefulness, often punching well above their weight. In television, we describe this as the ability to do more than expected with less than ever and still make it look seamless. For this category, we're announcing the winner only. Celebrating resourcefulness, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage Cody Scott of King & Company Solicitors.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Cody, and I'm here from King & Company Solicitors. The first thing I'd like to say is it's actually a bit surreal for me to be up here on stage with Kay McGrath. I have a lot of vivid and fond memories of my earlier years, coming home from school. I didn't mean to be offensive.
No.
I would put on Deal or No Deal at 5:30 on Channel 7, and that would be followed by Kay presenting the news at 7? 6?
6 on 7, you're close, Cody.
And she would present it with the assistance of Rod Young, and that's a man whose mustache puts mine to shame, and most likely will for the rest of my days. My colleague Michael spoke about King & Company, who we are, what it is we do. The only thing that I'd like to add to that is that it is the absolute pride of the firm to be able to assist councils across Queensland with all their problems, no matter how big, no matter how small. We're only one call away, and it is the greatest pride of the firm that we can continue to be that. So without further ado, I will announce the winner of Excellence in Resourcefulness. The winner for Excellence in Resourcefulness is Community Powered Resilience by Cookshire Council. I'm told that, unfortunately, the team from Cookshire Council couldn't be here in person today. I understand that they would certainly be watching live, so congratulations to you guys. I'm very pleased to accept the award on your behalf, and I hope it arrives in the post quickly and in one piece.
Thank you, Cody. You're my favourite so far. And a big shout out to those up in Cookshire, and congratulations. Let me tell you a little bit more about this winning entry as Cody takes his well-deserved seat. When disaster strikes in far north Queensland, distance and isolation can be one of the biggest obstacles getting help where it's needed. Cookshire spans more than 105,000 square kilometres of rainforest, reef coastline and remote outback. As you'd imagine, it's one of Queensland's most challenging regions to service. From the Great Barrier Reef to the wet tropics and vast conservation areas, the region faces cyclones, floods, fires and drought, often in the same year. During the wet season, entire communities can be cut off by road for weeks at a time. Local area community officers act as the eyes and ears on the ground during emergencies. They provide real-time information, they support residents and help coordinate response and recovery efforts. The program is supported by resilience hubs, which have been created by upgrading existing community buildings with backup power, water and communications. So congratulations, Cookshire Council. What a great project to be recognised for. And thank you to King and company. Before we move on, an honorary mention needs to go out to Carpentaria Shire Council for their Drugs and Machines Are Not a Love Match, and to Diamantina Shire Council for the Rise of Outback Spirit nominations. Congratulations to those two councils as well. Okay, how are you going? We're halfway through our awards program. Let's push on to the next 4 categories, and then we have the announcement of the Australasian Management Challenge results. Woo. Excellence in Sustainability is our next category. For this award, the project or initiative has enhanced the long-term sustainability of council and/or community. This could be through more sustainable use of human, financial and other resources, or it might be related to environmental sustainability. There are 3 finalists in this category. The first one is Douglas Shire Council for Douglas Chooses to Reuse. This is a circular economy initiative supporting the move away from single-use takeaway coffee cups in Port Douglas. It's delivered through a partnership with Boomerang Alliance and the Douglas Shire Council. The idea is pretty simple but effective. When the locals order their caffeine fix, or the tourists, lots of tourists up there, customers are invited to borrow a free blue reusable cup from participating cafes. Enjoy their drink while they're in the cafe, or they can wander down the street, and then they return the cup to either another participating cafe or a designated drop pod where it's washed and put into recirculation. The pilot began last year with an initial rollout across 6 Macrossan Street cafes, and the program helps normalise reuse as an everyday behaviour. It reduces single-use waste and it reinforces Douglas Shire's identity as a community that values environmental stewardship, reef protection and innovative local action. There's food for thought. Our next finalist is Diamantina Shire Council for sealing the Kuttaborough Missing Link. This project represents an investment in safer, more sustainable transport infrastructure for one of Australia's most remote regions. Delivered by Council with funding support from the Department of Transport and Main Roads, the project's been to improve a critical 16-kilometre section of the Air Developmental, I've gone down in Cody's estimation, road between Birdsville and Badawi. Last year, 6.4 kilometres of the most flood-prone sections were sealed, supported by 7 upgraded floodways and new concrete safety barriers. This is already making quite a real difference. It's reducing road closures caused by flooding. improving year-round access and creating safer travel conditions for everyone, including residents, freight operators, emergency services and livestock transport. The upgrade is also reducing the wear on vehicles, lowering dust impacts and supporting faster emergency response times, most important. The third finalist, veteran tree age testing, Logan City Council. This environmental project's focusing on the city's oldest and most valuable habitat trees. Set up in 2019, the project provides a strong evidence base to support long-term planning, biodiversity conservation, and informed decision-making across both public and private land. I've often been described as a veteran myself, so I'm identifying with this particular entry. By scientifically confirming the age, condition, and habitat value of large, old, veteran trees, the project strengthens Council's capacity to protect irreplaceable natural assets and enhances community stewardship of the local environment. The project has found that a few local trees are more than 300 years old, some, in fact, estimated to be over 400 years old. And as somebody pointed out earlier, they must be very tired. They use special arborist tools to age the trees, and this leads to a better understanding of the importance of a tree as a wildlife habitat. These veterans provide vital shelter for a variety of native animals. However, they, as you have just heard, take centuries to develop. So now it is my pleasure to invite to the stage LGMA's very fresh new CEO. Please give a big welcome to Tess Bishop to present this award. Tess brings more than 20 years of experience across all levels of government.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kay. Thanks everyone for being here. I feel slightly competitive with Cody, but I don't think I can quite follow in his footsteps and be Kay's favourite presenter of the award today. As the new CEO of LGMA, I would just like to say how proud I am to be here amongst you. Local government, the array of the work that you do is really mind-boggling, and we've heard just some, we've had some insights just hearing about the projects and all of the nominees today. So a big thank you from me for the great work that you do. And LGMA is here to support you and to celebrate you as we are doing today. So thank you for being at the awards and continuing to support your peers and celebrate your peers. So without further ado, I am very pleased to announce the winner of the Sustainability Award, and thank you to everyone who nominated in this category. You are doing your utmost for your communities that you live and work amongst, but you are doing your best for sustainability, the economic and environmental prosperity, not only for now, but the future generations to come. And on that note, I will announce the very lucky winner for Excellence in Sustainability this year is Veteran Tree Age Testing, Logan City Council.
Congratulations, Logan City Council, and I want you to know I can no way influence the judging in any of these categories, but go the veterans. Well done, and thank you, Tess, our new CEO. Okay, moving on now, we come to excellence in teamwork. And we all know that a group of people pulling together for a common goal can achieve much more than those working solo. So once again, Queensland councils have demonstrated how good teams can deliver for communities. The finalists in this category are Southern Downs Regional Council, Draft Planning Scheme and Engagement. Delivered over 8 weeks last year, Southern Downs Regional Council's draft planning scheme consultation brought together multiple council teams to connect with the community. They did this through information sessions, one-on-one meetings, and a far-reaching communications campaign. This resulted in 285 formal submissions and strong participation from residents right across the region. The project team from 6 areas of the council worked together to provide clear, accessible information and support residents to understand and engage with this draft planning scheme. This is the first time council has delivered such a comprehensive multi-channel campaign across both digital and traditional platforms, supported by a strong culture of teamwork and shared purpose. Well done. Our next finalist, Fraser Coast Regional Council, Respectful Behaviours. A highly successful Respectful Behaviours workshop program has been delivered here, strengthening communication, strengthening teamwork and psychological safety across the workforce. Employees from Council's operational, community and corporate teams came together during sessions focused on respectful communication, emotional intelligence and living Council's traits values every day. Participants valued the practical, real-world scenarios and group-based activities, which encouraged open, respectful dialogue, with 98% saying the workshops were valuable, 95% reported increased confidence in having constructive conversations. So those workshops were worth attending. Our third finalist, Diamantina Shire Council again, the rise of Outback Spirit. The power of teamwork has been in action, delivering a coordinated and resilient response to severe flooding across far western Queensland earlier this year. Faced with isolation, supply challenges, rising floodwaters, council staff worked as one team alongside the local disaster management group, neighbouring councils, state agencies, various public and private airlines and local businesses to protect communities and maintain essential services. From reinforcing the Badawi flood levy to coordinating air and helicopter deliveries of food, medical supplies and critical freight to Birdsville, Badawi and surrounding cattle stations, this whole of council effort meant no community was left behind during this time. Staff stepped up from their usual roles, showing adaptability, care and shared commitment to their community's well-being. Strong communication and collaboration were key to delivering timely, practical solutions under enormous pressure. And the final contender in teamwork, makes the dream work, is Rockhampton Regional Council. You said, we did. This campaign was designed to ensure that employee voices are not just heard, but acted on. Using leadership video updates and regular progress updates shared on their staff intranet page, Council has created a clear and a transparent way for staff to see how their feedback drives decisions and improvements across the organisation. Unlike traditional staff surveys, You Said, We Did operates as an ongoing system rather than a one-off activity, and God knows we've all done plenty of those. Actions are publicly tracked, progress is regularly shared, and both leaders and teams are accountable for delivering outcomes. This approach helps build trust, it helps improve communication and strengthens teamwork across a large and quite diverse workforce. Since its launch, the program has delivered strong results. In recent focus groups, over 90% of employees reported confidence that improvements will be made on their feedback. Celebrating teamwork, it's my pleasure to introduce Matthew Hogno from the Brighter Super, LGMA's Platinum Partner. Warmest welcome to you, Matthew.
Thank you, Kay. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? And a big hello to everyone online as well this afternoon, listening in and watching in on these awards. From my point of view, what an honour to be here again. As the Manager of Partnerships and Strategy at Brighter Super, it's a real privilege to be able to be part of these awards every year. Brighter Super is very proud of its position and its partnership with LGMA. I'd also like to acknowledge my colleague, Brendan Nerdle, who's here with me today as well. Brendan is our Head of Stakeholder and Corporate Relations and joins me this afternoon to celebrate this event on behalf of everyone at the fund at Brighter Super. I'd like to graciously acknowledge LGMA President Daniel Fletcher and the board, and a very special acknowledgement and welcome to Tess Bishop as the new CEO of LGMA. Tess, it was lovely today to finally meet you in person, and we look forward to continuing our amazing relationship that the fund has with LGMA in the future with you and your team. I'd also like to just quickly recognise Brendan as well for stepping up in my stead this year as part of the judging panel. It's a big job, but a very, very rewarding one, and I'm sure that he would agree with me to say it's an honour to be involved and to see firsthand all of the wonderful work and the initiatives the local government across Queensland is currently achieving. And last, but by definitely no means least, I really want to acknowledge all of the nominated councils and individuals who are up for an award here this afternoon. At the end of the day, you guys are the reason we're here. And wow, what an effort. Looking at the numbers, I think I counted 35 nominated councils. Daniel, you mentioned 120 nominations in total. So yeah, a really amazing effort, amazing achievement, and just goes to show the scope and the breadth of the projects that are currently being undertaken right across the state. So well done to all of you. Most of you in this room today and online would probably be familiar with who Brighter Super is. I'm not going to go into some long-winded speech about that. However, if you're a new member to the fund, or if you really come from the old school days from LG or LGA Super as we were known in centuries past, our purpose remains the same as it's always been since day one, which has been to the super fund of choice for local government in Queensland and to look after the retirement needs and outcomes for all of our members. Now, I am going to quickly reference the previous award and the winner of the previous award about being a veteran. When I arrived here today, I mentioned to Kay, I said, I think I worked out this was my 6th year of being involved in the awards, either as an awards judge, as a sponsor, as a presenter, even as an observer at the Australasian Management Challenges as well. I'm not quite to your vintage yet. I hope that's not offensive. I meant that as a compliment. So now I'm your least favourite, aren't I? Yeah. Just kind of working towards that. It's all right.
Digging a hole, Matthew.
Go on. I'll stop talking now. Yeah. Okay. So what a privilege it is to be up here to present this award for the 26 Teamwork Award. A fantastic number of team nominations in this category, 13 in total, which is obviously amazing. So let's find out who the winner actually is. So the winner for excellence in teamwork for the rise of outback spirit is Diamantina Shire Council.
Wonderful. Congratulations to our winners all the way back up and making her way elegantly to the stage to receive this award. The Rise of Outback Spirit, Diamantina Shire. Well done. Lovely. And congratulations once again to the whole team. Thank you, Matthew, our very valued sponsor. And Matthew assures me my superannuation will start heading in the right direction again soon. Well done to all our finalists. Great examples of teamwork there once again. Our next category is workplace well-being. We all know that our greatest wealth, apart from super, is our health. So it's not surprising this is a focus area for many councils who recognise that happy, healthy employees are more productive and deliver better quality results. The finalists are Carpentaria Shire Council, with drugs and machines are not a love match. Interesting title. We're starting to liven things up with the titles here. The Council's mandatory training and camps policy regime was introduced last year. It was the result of growing drug and alcohol culture, which was impacting, as you would imagine, the safety of work sites. Carpentaria Shire is a construction council. It manages multi-million-dollar road and infrastructure projects on behalf of the state and the federal governments in far north Queensland. Now, the policy has a direct correlation to the almost total eradication of excessive detectable alcohol consumption and drug use in council camps. In the 2024 construction season, there were 99 detections for drugs and alcohol. Many people were suspended, some lost their employment permanently. In 2025, there were 2 detections, one for alcohol and one medicinal that wasn't registered as per council's policy. So that's quite an extraordinary turnaround. Very significant result for a construction council, one the team is extremely proud of. The next finalist is Cairns Regional Council. Gangers Operational Leadership Development Program. Now here, Council is strengthening workforce wellbeing through the Gangers Operational Leadership Development Program. We'll call that GOLD. It's a practical initiative supporting frontline leaders to build respectful and high-performing teams while they deliver essential services. GOLD equips supervisors and team leaders with practical leadership skills, including clear communication, managing challenging conversations, recognising early signs of stress, and supporting team members. By strengthening leadership at the front line, the program fosters safer, more connected workplaces where employees feel valued and they feel supported. Through GOLD, Council continues investing in its people so they can deliver reliable, high-quality services and help build a stronger, healthier and more resilient Cairns community. Our third finalist in this category, Redlands City Council. Healthy Minds Network. Workplace mental health support is being strengthened through this network. It's designed to make help easier to access and more visible across the organisation. Employees are given multiple ways to seek that support, recognising that people reach out in different ways and at different times. The initiative brings together trained peer support officers, a dedicated wellbeing and support specialist, and access to the Employer Assistance Program to create a connected and person-centred model. Since its introduction, the initiative has been strong and has seen growing engagement and increased participation in early wellbeing support. Well done. Our closing finalist, yes, let's give them a clap. Our closing finalist in this category is the City of Gold Coast, Occupational Violence and Aggression Training. Or OVA, we'll give it an anagram as well, as it's known. It responds to a critical and growing challenge, unfortunately, for local government, protecting the physical and psychological wellbeing of staff who have to face regularly aggressive, threatening or violent behaviour in the course of their work. As a result, Council introduced this training program to support the wellbeing and safety of their staff. Developed in partnership with workplace security and frontline teams, the program provides practical skills in de-escalation, situational awareness, safe disengagement, and post-incident support. The training is based on real scenarios from across libraries, who'd play up in a library? Waste facilities, customer service centres and field operations, making it relevant to everyday work. Staff who've completed the program report feeling more confident and better supported. It's my pleasure now to welcome Jonathan Mammerell from South Geldard Lawyers to present the Workplace Wellbeing Award. There you are, Jonathan. Hello. Good to see you again. And welcome. You're going to have to walk further and further towards me to get these.
Thank you, Kay. I want to stay in your neutral zone, so I'll just say you're fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
That's it.
There we go. I see what's happening here. Carry on.
1,300. That is the number of serious mental disorder claims accepted in Queensland every year. 1 in 3 women, 1 in 5 men have been involved in harassment or bullying in the workplace in their career. $51.4 million is the amount paid annually for mental health-related claims. These figures and numbers are why psychosocial hazards and risks and workplace health and safety are becoming more fundamental to the council workplace landscape. The workplace is changing, and South Geldard has been at the forefront of it, dealing with AI and technology, different generational differences, wants and needs, and an underinvestment in management and leadership training. Gaps in capability and decision paralysis have been notable comments made by leadership teams and people and culture teams that we work with in councils across Queensland. South Geldard Lawyers employment is about protecting your workplace, defending your future. It is a law firm grounded in over 65 years of history, with offices in Rockhampton, Yeppoon, and I'm based in the Brisbane office. We are very proud again to sponsor this award. The Workplace Wellbeing Award is super crucial. It is why South Geldard continue to sponsor this award, as we look at different programs and ways, initiatives to deal with a $51.4 million problem. I encourage every council here and those in the comfort of their homes or in the office right now to reach out to the nominees and the winners and learn more about these exciting initiatives that myself, Jonathan Mammerell, and South Geldard are really happy to support. Okay, so the winner of the award is City of Gold Coast, Occupational Violence and Aggression Training.
Congratulations, Gold Coast. Occupational violence and aggression training, how to de-escalate, handle post-incident support. It's shocking statistics and it's very sad that we need to do this, but we do need to upskill people to stay safe. Thank you, John. Thank you for all your support. Geldard Lawyers also very active with programs, LGMA's programs through their executive partnership. Okay, now we've come to what I think is possibly my favourite award, Above and Beyond. And it's the only award that goes to an individual. The nominee has to be somebody who has done that, gone above and beyond the weekly pay packet. They've delivered added service to their community or council that means no additional payment, and their work is more than likely self-generated. So please welcome Matthew back to the stage to proudly support our Above and Beyond Award for 2026.
Thank you again, Kay, for that. As you mentioned, the Above and Beyond Award recognises an individual that has gone above and beyond their stated duties to deliver added service to their community or council. I do love being able to present this award every year, as you mentioned as well. It is a special award, and every year showcases the incredible work demonstrated by these local government employees in both their workplace and within their broader communities. Congratulations to everybody that was simply nominated for this award here this afternoon, and paying recognition of the incredible efforts and selfless determination that you've shown just by having your name included in amongst this category. So let's find out who the deserving winner is. So the Above and Beyond Award winner from Etheridge Shire Council is Renee Bester.
As Renee gets over her surprise, and she's elegantly descended those stairs in record time, let me tell you why she is our 2026 winner. A wife, a mother of three, a proud local leader and small business owner, a community organisation volunteer and advocate for regional resilience, Renee played a pivotal role in guiding the Etheridge Shire through repeated natural disasters, including the most recent, this year's North West Queensland flood event. It seems like this rain is never going to give up. In February this year, monsoon rainfall devastated the Ainsley and Gilbert River communities in Etheridge Shire. Rivers rose to unprecedented levels, close, I believe, to 1974 levels. The flood impacted two communities over 100 kilometres from Georgetown, the administrative centre of the Shire, and 200 kilometres from each other. So this was a bit of a logistical nightmare for rescue and aid to reach those who'd been impacted. Renee went above and beyond her regular work duties, spending countless hours, predominantly late at night or very early in the morning, driving well over 1,000 Ks. She helped coordinate emergency response, community support services, recovery initiatives, and long-term resilience planning for affected residents and primary producers. She's helped make her community feel secure and, most importantly, feel cared for during their time of desperate need. The impact on these small communities and outlying remote cattle stations excuse me, has, as you would imagine, profound effect on the economy, resilience, and community health and general well-being. So our winner, Renee, personifies the outback spirit. Her drive, her vision include a passion for building high-performance teams, empowering women in leadership, and anchoring resilience, especially through values-driven leadership. Well done, Renee. What does this award mean to you?
Oh, thank you, Kay. I'm shocked, firstly, for being nominated. So thank you to my council, the team that I get to be a part of, the mayor, the councillors, our executive leadership team. I'm lucky to work with them. I'd also like to thank LGMA, not only for the recognition, but for the support that you give the councils and the members 365 days of the year. To the sponsors, sorry, not a good time for a public speaking debut, sorry. To the sponsors, not only Brada Super of this award, but all the sponsors today. I know these events don't just happen, so I appreciate your continued support towards celebrating excellence. Etheridge Shire is in the middle of nowhere. Most of you probably don't even know where it is. And
tell us, where is it?
It's about 550 k's west of Cairns, halfway between Corumba and Cairns. We have less than 1,000 residents, and we cover more than approximately 40,000 square kilometres. So although my name is on there, I'm glad it says Etheridge Shire Council, because I really believe that it also is for my community and my council. I'm very lucky to live and work in the area where I was born and raised on a multi-generational cattle property. So for me, it's actually a privilege to go to work every day and give back to the place that's given so much to me. And before I go, I better thank my family. So my husband's here today. He has ditched his cowboy hat and Wranglers for a sports jacket, so thank you. I'm very passionate at work about getting people back into remote and rural communities. They really come alive when you give into them. They definitely give back to you. And I really want to inspire the young people in my communities to come back. You can have a career no matter your postcode. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
What a powerful advocate for outback Queensland. And Renee, I really hope you've caught up on some sleep. Okay, and that you and your husband enjoy the evening here tonight. Congratulations again. Outstanding nomination, and thanks again, Matthew, to Brighter Super for supporting the award. Okay, we're getting to the pointy end, folks. Before we move to the much anticipated Australasian Management Challenge, comparable with the State of Origin, let me fill you in on what happened at the Rural Challenge events, which were held late last year. Now, Western Downs Regional Council hosted the Southern Queensland Challenge. The Lockyer Valley Vultures swooped in on first place, quickly followed by Chat RMC from Western Downs. Whoa! And, you got a point. Oh, good. And Maranoa Regional Council came in third. Well done, you lot. The North Queensland Challenge took place in Cairns, with the local council cleaning up. They were called the Likawala Legends, and I don't know if I pronounced Likawala. Likawala. I looked that up, and it's an emblem. You're the polite lady that claps, everybody. Thank you. Helping me out here. It's a dwarf fan plant. Beautiful, and that's your emblem. Likawala. Sort of. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to tuck that away for trivia night. But they edged out their competitors, so well done. Now, the Central Queensland Challenge was hosted by Rockhampton and saw the first gladiators from Gladstone Regional Council on top of the podium there. So well done to all of you who took part. I'm going to have to come along to one of these challenges one year and see what exactly goes on. Registrations are open for this year's event, so you better get in now to secure a spot, and we could be announcing your name this time next year. Now to the Australasian Management Challenge. Now, this took place in Brisbane last month, with 6 teams taking on a Herculean number of tasks and challenges. JLT Public Sector have sponsored this prestigious event. Let's welcome Nathan Turner to say a few words. Welcome, Nathan.
Thanks, Kay. On behalf of JLT Public Sector, it's a genuine privilege to once again sponsor the Australasian Management Challenge. As we've already heard tonight, as the level of government that sits closest to the communities it serves, local governments play a key role in shaping not just services, but the lived experience of place. And that proximity brings both responsibility and opportunity. This year I had the chance to spend some time observing the challenge firsthand, and I was genuinely amazed by the creativity, the dedication, and the sheer energy that every participant brought to it. It's one thing to hear about work like this, it's a whole other thing to watch it unfold in the room. What makes this challenge important is not just the skills it builds, but the mindset it encourages, the willingness to question how things are done and imagine how they might be done better, which is exactly what tonight's winners and all of the participants have demonstrated. Because the future of local government won't be defined by maintaining what exists, but by those prepared to reimagine what's possible. Congratulations to all participants, and I'll pass back to Kay so we can get on with the important business of announcing the winning teams.
Thanks, Nathan. Great words. Thank you very much for supporting this, JLT Public Sector. Let's acknowledge the challenge facilitators, Sue Shepherd and Michael Limerick, for what I know is a very difficult job, marking tasks, many with multiple elements, as I mentioned. So let's welcome Michael Limerick to present this year's finalists. There you are, Michael. Finalists and, of course, the winner. Welcome, Michael.
Thanks, Kay. I don't want to keep you in suspense too long, but I've been asked to say a few words about the challenge. This is my 8th year doing the challenge, so approaching veteran status, I suppose. But I must say, it's always one of my favourite events of the year. I think it's such a frenetic and unique event. I don't think there's anything else like it. And it really does, I guess, is the ultimate test, I suppose, of people's teamwork and organisational skills and creativity, as Nathan was saying. I think, things have changed a little bit over time. I mean, I think so much of our work now is online that one of our risks is people get isolated at work, a lot of working from home, a lot of sitting in your cubicle on Teams and Zoom meetings all day. And I think that the great thing about the challenge, I suppose, is it really it celebrates that sort of face-to-face teamwork, that working together. I know a lot of the work I do with councils is around local law development, and since COVID, most of it's online now. I really miss that, getting out and meeting with people, particularly. I love workshops with compliance officers and local law officers. They're always very interesting people. I don't know if there's any here today, but yeah, just dealing with those issues on the ground. I think there's a risk we'll get isolated in our work, and I think the management challenge really fosters those skills of working in a face-to-face environment. I'd really encourage councils to think about how the management challenge can fill that gap in, I guess, your professional development program by really celebrating those and honing those leadership skills, those teamwork skills, those face-to-face skills that I think there's less opportunity in the workplace to hone these days. Of course, the other big change in our workplace is AI, and because management challenge is simulating the workplace environment, we did let people use AI as long as they acknowledged it. It is interesting how it's kind of changed the way even an activity like that can work. The hallmarks of AI are all over. I do all the scoring, and the hallmarks of AI are all over the submitted assessment, and that's fine as long as people are actually checking it. I was kind of tempted to let ChatGPT mark its own homework, but it'd be a bit pointless, wouldn't it? I do worry with the number of AI submitted job applications, whether recruiters are just using AI to mark the AI written job applications, because and we really haven't got our heads around how this is all going to work, I don't think. But look, the teams I thought did really well managing that challenge. They they obviously checked the work. There wasn't any clangers in there, which are clearly AI can produce. A friend of mine sort of put it really well the other day when he said the problem with AI is it's like what Australians used to call the classic bullshit artist. It sounds really convincing even when it's making stuff up, and then you challenge it and say that's not right, and it goes, yeah, I knew that, and then it keeps going, and it's like, so completely shameless in the way it tries to convince you of what it's saying is right. So it's a trap that we all face in our workplaces, I think, and I think the main trick is just to double check everything, really, isn't it? And you have to make that calculation whether you're going to save more time, using it, or it's going to take more time checking it. So, and I'm sure that was a big challenge on Challenge Day for all our teams is how to use it efficiently. But look, I just wanted to make the point that management challenge is such an important thing, because it does keep up with all these new trends. It tests people. It really hones their adaptability, their creativity, and I can't think of any other workshop you could go to or send your staff to that would be as powerful a learning experience as management challenge. So, I want to get on to the winners. So it's my great pleasure to announce the winners, and I think that. Start with third place. Yep. So we're going to do it in reverse order. We can start with third place. And third place this year is Western Peak from Western Downs Regional Council.
Western Downs Regional Council, elegantly making their way down the stairs. Western Perk. They have to think big out west. Big spaces, big skies, big hats. Big competitors. Congratulations, team. Well done.
Second place this year was the City of Moreton Bay. Bay to the future.
And here they come. Am I correct in saying I think Moreton is the fastest growing region currently in Australia? No. You feel it? Yes. We're certainly going places, on the move, just like our team. And did any of you use AI? Yeah, good. Points for honesty.
And the winner of this year's Management Challenge, and I think the prize is a trip to Hobart too, which is pretty good this year, is Noosa Council.
Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. Oh, yes, trophy. Beaches, passionate locals, lots to manage up there. Gosh, it'll be a shock for the Noosa team to go to Tasmania.
That's it.
That's it, Michael.
Thank you all.
Congratulations, all you lucky winners. Noosa, off to Tassie. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for your support, JLT. Congratulations to everybody, to all the mentors, the supporters. It's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm going to say thank you for your company again this year. It's been a pleasure to be with you. I would like to leave the last word to our wonderful new CEO, Tess Bishop. Thank you for having me, and I might see you next year.
Thank you very much, Kay. I think everyone was very, very delighted to have you MC today's event, so thank you for your time today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. This event would not literally happen without you, so thank you for the 120 nominations. It was a record, and we're very, very pleased to see the wide support for the awards, but importantly, each other. Congratulations to all of the winners, finalists, and importantly, all the nominees. You've all helped highlight and celebrate some of the wonderful achievements occurring across Queensland local government in the past 12 months. Thank you once again to our valued corporate partners and the Queensland Department of Local Government for all of your support. The event and the awards and many of our events would not happen without your contribution, so thank you very much. And I could see from everybody who spoke today, you don't just provide a sponsorship, you're really with LGMA as part of the journey, and that really struck me, and I would really like to say a heartfelt thank you for that partnership. Thank you to the LGMA President, Daniel Fletcher, for your opening remarks, and to those, the board members who are here and online for all of your support for LGMA members as well. Sorry, I've got a long list of thank yous, so bear with me. And I would also really importantly like to thank the LGMA team. We are a small team in LGMA. I like to say small but mighty. Shout out to Lisa Hamilton. All of the logistics and everything that goes into making today occur would not happen without Lisa. So a big shout out and thank you to Lisa. Also acknowledging Lily, Ange and Gemma, who are here today. Please make sure you say hi to them. And the Awards for Excellence will be back next year, so please start thinking about your nominations. You've got 12 months. And speaking of future events, I would personally like to give a shout out for the upcoming annual conference in September. It's at SeaWorld this year, which I'm really excited about. It's on the 8th to the 10th of September, and I'm really proud. We have a very exciting lineup of keynote speakers who are going to be coming and presenting for you on all things. AI is clearly a big topic, so we have a presentation and a CEO panel discussion occurring around AI. We have special speakers on infrastructure and the Queensland infrastructure pipeline and what that means for local government. We also have experts on the labour market and skill shortages and what we do to attract and retain talent in our region. So that's just a taste. There will be more information coming out over the next few weeks, but you can go to the website now and register and not miss out, because it's going to be a really fantastic conference, and I'm really excited to be attending my first conference later this year. Goodbye to everybody joining us online, but thank you for your time. It's great to have you online, and technology is wonderful to be so inclusive in this day and age. Here in Brisbane, we are able to go next door for some networking drinks. We have refreshments and some canapes to share and network amongst ourselves, but that does not mean that everyone else who has been online will be left out. We'll be sending lots of follow-up information so they can continue the awards journey with us. Awards winners and challenger teams, first, second and third, and corporate partners, please remain seated in the auditorium to have your photos taken, and please have your certificate and trophies available too. Award finalists, please collect your certificates and have a happy snap taken at the LGMA stand in the cocktail reception area in about 10 minutes' time. And please enjoy the rest of your evening. On behalf of LGMA, soak up the celebrations, and we look forward to seeing you next year, and travel safely.